What up, Jay? What's up, RP? Absolutely. So we just getting online. We branded. We got LL behind us, riding by with a booty. Just I don't know. This gets more. Just like a the old school shit, man. But y'all thinking about riding by something fresh. All right, we gonna get out of that, man. It's Fly and
Jay, the car guy,
right here, man, giving y'all some tip, man. So we're gonna dive right into it. Ain't gonna play no games. What is the hot 3 tips she was talking about, man? You know, I mean, I have one special one, a bonus one for all of you if you watch to the end. But what are those 3 sales tips and those buyer tips that help that? Because that person reached out to you and was like, man, I did these 3 things. You wanted to share it with the audience and let them know just 3 secret tips,
right,
for y'all to get the best car deal. Go ahead.
Yes. So I had a guy reach out to me, and it was actually one of my friend's customers, and he said to me, I did these 3 things, and I never would have thought that my car deal would have went so smoothly, and I of course would have never thought I would have got such a great deal on the car that I bought. Okay. And so when you're thinking about tips to save you some money, you would think about the normal things, but these things are things most people never think about. Okay. So tip number 1.
Number one.
Let's say this. Be as transparent with your sales rep as possible. Of course, everyone feels like everyone's trying to take advantage of them. But in the industry that we're in, it definitely pays to help or to move your deal forward in the best way possible if your salesperson, your sales consultant has all of the information available as soon as possible.
But what if you feel like the person that you're with, you know, just seems sus? Like how they're dressed, they're not professional with their speak, they're like, you know what I'm saying? Or they're like just not you, they seem jittery. What if you don't have any trust in the person that you're working with? How do I be transparent with somebody like that if I'm buying a car?
Because let's be honest here, your sales consultant is more like your waiter. He will take the order back to the cook. Now, the cook is the one that is responsible for making your dinner. It's not the waiter.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. That's the experience that we're looking for to have. That was so car buyers. That's why you buy from Fly and Jay, the car guy here at Holly Hyundai West. You're not thinking that. So don't put it on the waiter, no matter how new they are, fresh they are, green they are. Make sure you're giving them, because then at that point, I guess you can expect, if you give them all the information, you should expect your meal to come out just the way. Man, that was cold. Okay, tip number 2. Let's go. Tip number 2.
Tip number 2, and this is a big one. Let's be realistic, guys. Let's be realistic. Okay. So when you come into the dealership, you have to understand that you don't buy a car every day. So there's things about the process that you will not be able to predict unless you buy a car every day. It's an ever-changing market. Okay. So when you come in, just be realistic with your expectations. And where am I going with this? Real quick, real simple. I've seen so many times where the dealership says, we're not going to give this guy a deal because this guy is an a-hole, or this guy is just being difficult. Or when you're doing business, it's a two-way transaction. So just as much as you want the dealership to go out on a limb for you or do the best work for you, you at least have to be a reasonable customer in order to get the best deal possible.
And so just to play devil's advocate on this one, and this was information you got from a customer.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in the past that customer probably came off a little strong. Mm-hmm. So they kind of reached out to you and let you know that this time for this new car deal, they decided to go a different route. They decided to just go in willing to negotiate, willing to look the numbers over, and they were ready for the dealership to help them rather than look at them like, hey, if you don't meet my number, I'm going to go down the street. That really doesn't work. That really doesn't work because every vehicle isn't the same.
Exactly.
So when you say, hey, this car down the street, the same price, same exact vehicle, that really doesn't work, because there's literally hundreds of the same car in the same dealership. You probably wouldn't make it in a couple of months to all of them. Exactly. So, and so at that point, you're going to be exhausted because everybody's going to say, we're not going to let you, get away with this. By the time you do buy it, it's going to be a terrible day. I think that was a really grand way of putting that.
Exactly.
I want to piggyback a little bit on that. I think what that customer reached out to was trying to say about be realistic. I think what they were saying more or less was come in not so much with an open mind about being sold on a car, but come in and be willing to pay a fair price for the vehicle. Because most of the time nowadays, you want to come in and negotiate, but you have to compete online to get folks to come in the door.
Exactly.
So if you don't believe the price that you came in on was a fair price, it's probably not going to go very well for you at the dealership. That's more to the customer that reached out to you, gave that information. Okay, final one, and then I'm gonna give y'all my bonus tip for the best deal.
Final tip. Let me take off the glasses for this one.
Uh-oh.
Be willing to negotiate. Now, this one is close to the last one. Be realistic, but no, be willing to negotiate. Just simply because no situation is the same. No situation is the same. And if you have someone in front of you that's working to get you a deal, this is how they feed their family. So, of course, they don't want to offend you. They don't want to cut you at the ankles about a deal, okay? They're genuinely trying to help you 9 times out. Because as we stated before, if you're a waiter, you really don't have much say so in how anything goes, but how the customers react to you, how they feel about you, okay? So be willing to negotiate. The person sitting in front of you is not the person making the numbers. But if you come in open and willing to negotiate, it does make your consultant's job a lot easier, just simply because at that point they can do more for you. If you're stuck in your ways, you come in like, hey, this is what it has to be, whether you're nice about it or whatever the case may be, you 9 times out of 10 can miss so many deals, so many good incentives or whatever the case may be that may be just hiding right behind this next solution or this next way to go. And if you don't have an open mind to that, you'll never get that deal.
And it sounds like catching more flies with honey and vinegar. Sound like that. But you're a genius, bro. You're a genius. The way you went back to that waiter and server thing, because we're a tipping generation. America tips. America tips, bro.
Yes.
So you go to a restaurant and you buy $70 in food and leave a $4 tip, people know who you are.
Exactly.
They know who you are. So you brought that back in. Wouldn't you tip? So not wanting to pay nothing but for the car and the tax title license, like you trying to cut out the people that's serving you. Like where's the tip at?
Where is the
So I think it makes sense to leave a little meat on the bone. That makes a lot of sense. That was a really, really, really creative and ingenious level analogy to use. Now, I wasn't going to keep y'all waiting long. I just want you to know that I do have a bonus tip for you. So for those of you who watched until this point right here, I'm going to let you know what I believe in my experience for the buyer is the best way to get a deal that a lot of people don't know about. And that's simply this. Come prepared. Come prepared. Come with your stipulations. If you're financing, come being able to prove how you make your income. Come, make sure, that you have, if you're trading something in, make sure you have information on how you service the vehicle so we can give you all the money for it. Come prepared. Come in. If your license is expired or outdated, it's going to make it tough. If your insurance is expired or outdated, how can we test drive you? I'll let you test drive the vehicle. We have to drive you in it. So come prepared. Right? We're going to be prepared. We're going to have the vehicle washed and detailed ready for you to test drive. Come prepared. Right? When you come prepared, you're in a better mental space. The bottom line is 9 times out of 10, if you're not prepared when you get here, we as human beings, we shut down without knowing it.
Exactly.
So as soon as you're here and you can't produce a stipulation or you're having a hard time getting into your ADB to bring your check stubs out, it worked at work, but it's not going to work here at the dealership. Come prepared. Come prepared. If your professional doesn't say, hey, look, bring your stipulations, proof of residency, proof of income, proof of insurance, that's not the dealership you should be rocking with. You should come to Jahari Hyundai and work with Taibu Mu'addib, or you can call me Fly. Everybody call me Fly. My man over here, Jay the Car Guy. You want to come and work with professionals that's going to make sure that you are as prepared as possible for what you need to do to get in, get your new vehicle. Select your new vehicle, the one that you want to buy. We'll get you the best numbers possible, at the lowest price in the DFW, and then get you gone 90 minutes or less. Why not? Why not spend that other 3 or 4 hours that you used to spend at the dealership flossing in it, shopping in it, enjoying your friendships and your family in it? That's how we do it here. So the bonus tip to getting the best deal for you buyers out there is to come prepared. Sit at the table prepared, because when you're prepared, you're more confident. The vibe is better. It's going to go smoother. You're going to get out faster, and you're going to be, look, when your stuff is together, you can focus more on what's being said at the table. You can look over your information better. For a fact that you're getting a great deal, right? If you're still foggy about how come, we just got past you getting your information, then now it's like we're stuck. So I want to make sure that that Fly and Jay the Car Guy, we're here for you. We're going to make sure you're good to go. That for sure is just another good show, man. Shout out to the whole Jahari Hyundai team. They rocking. Uncle L, he's riding by with a booming system. If you want a nicer, newer vehicle, give Jay a holler, man. Jay the Car Guy, man. 10-year guy in the car industry. No one knows more about the Hyundai brand than this young man right here. He's the star. Taibu Mu'addib, acquisition manager over here at Jahari Hyundai West. 9000 West Freeway, Fort Worth, Texas. 76108. I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing out here but us.
That's it.
And super duper low prices. You want a deal? Come to the guys that know how to do it. All right. We're gonna see y'all, man, next week. We're gonna line it up for y'all. Right now is our big buy it back event and our Hall of Fame promotion. You don't want to miss these savings. Reach out to us. You see the information at the bottom of the screen. I'm at 682-514-5955. You can reach out to him.
I'm at 817-808-4070.
There it is. You can't beat it. And we will ride on by and see y'all later.